am in the middle of 19 book series. But to be fair, not all of them are completed series. Let me expand on that and kind of explain what I'm talking about. I made myself a list here of every single book series I am in the middle of. We have 9 series on this list that are 100% completed series. There are going to be no more books in this series. And then we have 10 books that are in continuing series. Does that make sense? Like, books are still being put out in these series. So let's talk about this. Let's go into a little bit more depth here. So first, let's talk about the incomplete series. I have 10 series on here, and we actually have 6 series that I am all caught up. I'm just waiting for the next book in the series to come out. And then we have 4 series on here where I need to catch up to how many books are currently out right now. So the series I'm 100% caught up on, I'm just waiting for the next book to come out, are Powerless, Binding 13, the Empyrean series, which is 4th Wing, The Grandest Game, Paradise 1, and Metal Slinger. So those will be for a different day, a different video. And then for the series I need to catch up on, we have Magnolia Parks, Spy Family, Ambit's Run, and Wayward Children. So that's not too bad. But then again, we have the completed series that I have not yet finished. There are 9 of them, and those are Prison Healer, The Hunger Games, Heroes of Olympus, Attack on Titan, Throne of Glass, the Death series, which is a series in the Discworld of Terry Pratchett, Picking Peaches, and Immortal Longings. So yeah, I've got a lot of catching up to do. There are 13 series currently that I could catch up on or complete. So we're just going to begin in this video. Obviously, I'm not gonna be reading, like, at this point, it's probably like 25 to 30 books. I'm not gonna be reading that many books in this series, or this episode, sorry. In this episode, I actually started this series over a year ago on my channel. I did episode 1 of finishing every series I'm in the middle of, and then I kind of just completely forgot about it. So we're just gonna pretend that video doesn't exist and we're gonna start over. And this is official episode 1 of finishing every series I'm in the middle of. And we are starting with Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. So I actually just read last week Mockingjay and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So this is the last book that I have to read for that series, and then it will be complete. I'm so excited to read this. Also, I am terrified because from people's reactions on YouTube and on Instagram, everyone's like sobbing, and like, obviously, if we have read this series, if we have watched the books, movies, we know the outcome of this game, but it's still gonna be hard to read. This one is Haymitch's story. He is Katniss and Peeta's mentor from the original Hunger Games trilogy. He was in the second Quarter Quell. Which was the 50th Hunger Games, and every Quarter Quell, they make it kind of extreme. They do something above and beyond what they normally do, and for this one, they have double the amount of tributes. So instead of 24 tributes, there's 48 tributes who are all going to be fighting to the death. We are just going to dive into this one today. I have a couple things going on today. I need to go grocery shopping, and then I just want to sit down and read all day long. I am so exhausted. The last like week and a half, I've just been socially exerting myself beyond what I normally do. I've been hanging out with people nearly every single day, and it has absolutely drained me. And I feel so run down and ill. I don't know. I love hanging out with people, but it just really takes a lot out of me. So I just want to spend the day reading. I would love to get halfway through this. I will update you when I am halfway through or I have some thoughts. I'm just so excited to read this. Thank you for coming along on my journey of finishing series I'm in the middle of. I can't wait to see what other ones we finish in this video today. But for now, we are just going to be starting with Sunrise on the Reaping. This is the fit for today. Trader Joe's haul. We got some pretty tulips. I got a couple packets of chicken soup dumplings. We got the chili and lime chips. These are so good. We got a couple things of kimbap, some peppermint herbal tea because I ran out. My favorite spinach dip. This hurts my stomach so bad, but it's so good. That's worth the pain. We got some crunchy chili onion stuff. I don't know. You just put it in everything and it's good. That's it. Not ready for this book to be over. I'm really not ready for this book to be over, and it's pretty short. Like, that's not that long. It's like 380 pages, and I reached 204 pages in Sunrise on the Reaping last night. This is my first experience reading a Hunger Games novel before I've watched the movie, and it is life-changing to say the least. It is a hard read for sure, but I think that these books are just incredible. One of the best series ever written, probably. I feel like the main message in this book is that the media is never going to give you all the truth. I saw an Instagram post and someone was like, just started Sunrise on the Reaping and why did they have to make it political? And all the comments are just like, have you read the rest of the series? This is political. This whole series is about politics. I'm really enjoying this book. Lots has happened so far. I just love getting to see Haymitch as a teenager, and you can see his personality. He still has the same personality, but in this he just hasn't been hurt by the world too much yet, and so he's still pretty innocent and he is so sweet and nice, but he still has that like great humor that Haymitch always has. We are just about to enter the 50th Hunger Games. At this point I'm at right now, and I'm terrified. Like, I've already made a connection to some of these other characters and you know they're gonna die. So I'm going to go to work and then I'm gonna come home and I'm going to binge the rest of this, hopefully. I would at least like to get 100 more pages read today, but no promises. I always say I want to read a lot and then I don't. But I did read like 200 pages yesterday, so. Last night I took a 2.5 hour long bath and completed Sunrise on the Reaping, and for that full 2.5 hours I was crying. This was so sad. I wasn't expecting anything happy or anything. We know what happens since Haymitch is in the Hunger Games. We know he survives. My goodness, it was devastating, and this was 100% a 5-star read. I feel like I'm not gonna get over this for a long time. If you haven't read the Hunger Games series, you should definitely read it. I didn't read it until I was an adult, and it was still just as relevant and meaningful and important as it's always been. But that being said, I completed the Hunger Games series 100%, so we crossed that off our list. Now let's take a look at where we're at. So I now have 12 series I could be working on next, but actually I have a book club book that I need to read, so I'm not gonna see you for a while, but you're gonna see me within the next couple seconds. But I'm gonna read this book club book and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna pick out our next series to continue. I'm 100 pages into Begging Baby by Ansley B Calloway, and I'm loving this so much. I love this series. Let me go grab the other 2 books in the series to show you what they look like, because they're so cute. So this is just like an interconnected standalone series, which just means that it's all set in the same world and the same friend group, but each book follows a different couple. So the first one is Picking Peaches. It has this cover. It's so cute. This one is about Georgia and Ashton Reed. And then there is Following Fox with another adorable cover. This one's about Charlotte and Nick, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Charlotte and Nick. And then we have my current read, Begging Baby. That is what the cover looks like. And this one is about Georgia and Ryan. And all together, hang on, I have to like put it in the right order. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? But then it gets even better because you put it on the side. It has those spines And it's just so cute. Everything about this series is so cute. This whole series revolves around this small town called Rosewood, which is funny because that's the city in Pretty Little Liars, I'm pretty sure. It just sounds like the most ideal city ever because they are right by the ocean. They have like this men's volleyball team that used to be pro, and now they just do like fun games together every Saturday. So yeah, the first 2 books is about Ashton and Nick. They are brothers and they both play volleyball. And then this book, we are in the perspective of Reese. Wow, I think I called her Georgia just a minute ago, but I definitely meant to say Reese. Reese and Ryan. So Ryan is also a big volleyball player. He has been away from Rosewood, like just going kind of throughout the world playing on different international volleyball teams, and he is possibly going to be playing in the next Olympics that are happening in this world. But in this book, he actually is home for a few months and he is staying at Reese's house with her. She lives in this tiny little apartment with a small bed and just a couch, so he's just like been sleeping on the couch. But one day, Reese lets Ryan share the bed with her. Things happen, and she ends up pregnant. Reese is just a woman who has lived in Rosewood her whole life. She is a high school teacher here, and she just sounds like the most adorable lady ever, and she just loves helping people. She's always just constantly worried about other people and not really worried about herself, but now she has like this real issue in her life where she's actually having to focus on herself. We actually didn't find out about her pregnancy until like 80 pages in. So I feel like, honestly, if it wasn't written on the back, like if that wasn't the synopsis, I feel like I would have been totally shocked to find out she was pregnant. But it is like a main plot of the book. That's obviously what's written on the back. But yeah, this book is just about their friendship. They grew up as best friends their entire life. So now they're just navigating how are they going to co-parent, and they obviously both have feelings for each other, but for some reason, I kind of don't understand why they're like not acting on their feelings, even though this is the perfect opportunity to act on their feelings. It's pretty much like she is just really scared. Like, he's all for it. He is ready to go. He is all in this relationship. Like, if she says yes, he's all in. But she just is so hesitant, and she doesn't want to ruin their friendship, which is like the worst excuse ever. But it's not annoying for some reason. I feel like it would be annoying in another book. But in this, I just love both of these characters so much, and their friendship and their relationship is so cute. I'm really excited to see how they navigate this pregnancy these next 9 months. I am 100 pages into this, and I am just really, really loving this. I have a bit of a book haul for us today. I went to Half Price Books after work just because I've been feeling so anxious and unwell this week. I am on a book buying ban. It's not strict at all. Basically, I'm just trying to do like a low buy year, specifically for books, just not going out and just buying books willy-nilly. So, but today was a day where I felt like I was totally fine buying books. I kind of needed to de-stress a little bit, and that is what book shopping does for me. So I got 4 books that I'm very excited about. First one being The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I've already read this. I just wanted the trophy book. I had gotten rid of it for some odd reason. I used to just get rid of my books all the time, and now I'm actually at the place where I can just like collect them, and I have like the bookshelves in space for them to collect them, so I decided to repurchase this. But yeah, this was very cheap because obviously I went to Half Price Books. I'm just so happy that I was able to find this because I love this book so very much. And I'm in a very like romance, cutesy, lighthearted reads kind of mood. So I went and I checked out the romance section, and I got Witch of Wild Things by Raquel Vasquez Gillian. Anyways, that's what it looks like. This one sounds so cute. I'll just read the back of it for you. It says, Sage Flores has been running from her family and their gifts ever since her younger sister Sky died. 8 years later, Sage reluctantly returns to her hometown. Like slipping into an old, comforting sweater, Sage takes back her old job at Cranberry Rose Company and uses her ability to communicate with plants to discover unusual heritage specimens. What should be a simple task is complicated by her partner in botany sleuthing, Tennessee Reyes. He broke her heart in high school and she never fully recovered. Working together is reminding her of all their past tender, genuine moments, and new feelings for this mature, sexy man are starting to take root in her heart. With rare plants to find, a dead sister who haunts her, and another sister whose anger fills the sky with lightning, Sage doesn't have time for romance. But being with 10 is like standing in the middle of a field on the cusp of a summer thunderstorm, supercharged and inevitable. That sounds so good. I might actually read this next. It sounds so good to me right now. Then I got 2 books that I'm so excited about. I've been wanting these for a really long time, and I was so happy to find them for so cheap, like $8 each, and they're normally like $20. Without further ado, we have Wildlife Anatomy and Nature Anatomy. These are by Julia Rothman. This is just part of a series. It's called the Anatomy series, and if you flip through, it's literally just like animals and fun facts about them. So that one was Wildlife Anatomy. This one's Nature Anatomy. So we have like butterflies and a rotting log. It's just so much fun. I have Ocean Anatomy and I've already read that one and I loved it. It's just such a fun time and you learn such amazing little facts about these creatures and nature. I'm so happy that I was able to find these and now I can put them up with my other book. I have it like displayed on a shelf on my wall. So yeah, that's my little mini book haul. I am home from work. I am staying home all day because I feel ill. So I'm probably just gonna sit and finish Begging Baby. I'm halfway through this right now. And once again, I am loving this. It's just so nice every once in a while to read a cutesy little romance. I am never in the mood for romance. I am right now, so I'm just grabbing that by the horns. So let's get into it. Another day, another book series finished. I loved this so much. This series is just so wholesome and cute and just perfect for if you kind of wanted to shut your mind off and enjoy yourself. I loved the relationship between Reese and Ryan in this book. They were so cute, and I think the thing I liked most about it is that they were already best friends, so they already knew everything about each other. They knew what each other liked and didn't like, and I don't know, they just were super sweet from the very beginning, and I love that. The thing I love about this series is there's no grumpy sunshine. There's no like, this guy was really mean and unapproachable, but then he warmed up to her. It's none of that. It's like they always like each other and they're always sweet and nice, and that's the kind of romance that I like. Unless it's romantasy, I don't see why one of the characters has to be mean to each other in the beginning. I just don't really like that. So that's the thing I love about this series. So they're always just so sweet and attentive and caring. It is so beautiful. One thing that got me was her name is Reese, and in my mind that's a boy's name. So every time I would read from her perspective, it's dual point of view. So you're getting from Reese and Ryan's perspective. I would always thinking I was reading in Ryan's perspective, and then it would say something clearly stating that she's like a woman and she's pregnant and stuff, and I'd get so confused. But that's on me. That's my bad. I never really know what to rate cutesy little romances because obviously this isn't gonna compare to like my ACOTAR or Mistborn series because they're just like in 2 completely different worlds. So it's totally not fair to even rate on the same 5-star level. Does that make sense? So I think I'm just gonna settle on like a 3.5 stars. So cute. This whole entire series I would 100% recommend. She is so underrated as an author. I think this book only had like a few hundred reviews or something on it. I would definitely recommend checking out the Picking Peaches series. I don't even know if that's what the series is called, but I loved it so much. 3.5 stars. Love her. So that is another series crossed off the list. Let's see where we're at now. All right, we have 11 series that I'm in the middle of now. The next book we're gonna read is Empire of Storms, and this is my second time reading the series, so I'm not gonna go into detail or into depth. I'm just gonna let you know when I finish it. This is not the last book in a series. This is oh, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th book in a series out of 8 books. But I'm going to be reading this. This is the 6th book in the Throne of Glass series. This is a series about Celaena Sardothien, who is what they call Adarlan. I don't actually know how to pronounce that now that I'm thinking about it. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. She is Adarlan's assassin, which means she's just the best assassin in the land, and she's only 16 years old at the start of the series. Depends on how you read it. She's 16 in the prequel Assassin's Blade, but she is, I think, 18 or nearly 18 in Throne of Glass, which is technically the first book, but I read Assassin's Blade first. But yeah, it's just about her, all the sorts of trouble she gets into, all the friends she meets, and her enemies that she has to fight. It is an incredible series, and I would highly recommend. It's pretty much YA until you get to this book, I would say. Oh, sorry, my brain is kind of scattered. I first wanted to talk about the spice in this book. I believe there was 2 spice scenes. I skipped over them, so I can't say exactly what was in them or if it was like intense or cringy or anything, because I just skipped over them, but it should be known there's like 2 spice scenes in this. Anyways, this book does have spice in it, so if you don't like that, you can totally just skip over it. I don't think it's necessary, but I am already in the middle of this. I've been like reading this in the background, like just listening to it on my drives to and from work. So I am on chapter 41, page 382 of this book, so just a little over halfway. Once again, I am loving it. I love Sarah J Maas. She is my favorite author. I think the only plans we have for today is I really want to go to Barnes & Noble. I'm pretty sure Watch Me by Tahereh Mafi came out, and I want to go check that out, see if it is out, because I would love to buy it. And I'll probably be listening to this book while I'm book shopping today. This whole week at like 3 p.m. my body starts to kind of shut down on me. It's been super fun. I start with like a really bad stomach ache, and then it kind of just flares out to the rest of my body, and I've just kind of been like bedridden after like 5. So I want to take the time I have today to go out and do stuff before I inevitably start feeling terrible. Shoo, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go book shopping. The rest of the day is free. So I think Audible says I have like 5 hours and 40 minutes left in this book. So there's a high chance I could finish this today, but don't hold me to that. First things first, I made some progress on Empire Storms. I'm now on chapter 48, page 454. So we just have that little bit left. I feel as though I am definitely going to be finishing this book today, and I'm loving it. I love being back in this world with some of my favorite characters ever. It is just so much fun, and at this point in the series, it is intense, and we have so much going on. So I did a little bit of damage at the bookstores today. I went to Barnes & Noble. I don't know what I was thinking, because Watch Me by Tahereh Mafi does not come out until April like 15th or something, and for some reason I thought it came out like March 15th. So we still have a while to go for that to come out, but I still got 2 books at Barnes & Noble, and then I got 3 books at Half Price Books, because I did go back. I just was feeling in the mood to buy books, and you know what? I got paid today, so it's fine. So first I'll talk about the books I got from Half Price Books. Number 1 being Alloy of Law. This is the first book in the Wax and Wane series. It is Mistborn Era 2. I have a long time until I read Mistborn Era 2, but this was there, and it was a lot cheaper than the original price. It was originally $21.99. I got it for $8.99. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna snag this. I still have to read like The Way of Kings, that series, but I'm happy to have this. Then I got 2 books in a series. I own the first book, which is The 3-Body Problem. I watched the Netflix show and I loved it so much that I like immediately bought the 3-Body Problem. And then there's just the next 2 books in the series there, and so I figured I'd buy it. So I got The Dark Forest. I should look up how to pronounce that name. It says it's pronounced Sushin Liu. If I got that wrong, that's my bad. But anyways, this is book number 2, The Dark Forest. Then I got book number 3, which is Death's End. I don't know if that focused at all. This one's really long, over like 600 pages. Anyways, so I got those 3 from Half Price Books. And I got 2 books from Barnes & Noble that I'm really excited about. I found Peter Pan from J.M. Barrie. This is obviously a classic, but I love this edition. It is so pretty. I've actually never read Peter Pan. I've seen the movie a million times, but I don't know. I figured I would just collect this because it was so cheap. It was only $7.99, and this edition is just the most beautiful edition ever. So I'm very happy to have this. And then we got an oddball, but I saw it. I saw the cover. I saw the edges. And I read the synopsis and I thought this sounded so good. So we have The Sirens by Amelia Hart. That's what the cover looks like. And then the end papers, I'm like trying not to have it focus on me, but I want to see if it focuses. They're so pretty, and it like goes along the top and the bottom as well. I don't think there's anything on the naked. Yeah, nothing on the naked hardback, but this book sounds so good. It says, 2019, Lucy awakens in the middle of the night with her hands around her ex-lover's throat. Horrified, she flees to her older sister's house on the Australian coast, hoping Jess can help explain the vivid dreams that preceded the attack. But she is nowhere to be found. Desperate for answers, Lucy finds and begins to read her sister's adolescent diary. 1999, Jess is a lonely 16-year-old in a rural town in the middle of the continent. Diagnosed with a rare allergy to water, she has always felt different until her young, charming art teacher takes an interest in her drawings, seeing a power and maturity in them and in her that no one else has. 1800, twin sisters Mary and Eliza are torn from their home in Ireland and forced onto a convict ship bound for Australia. Since their mother's drowning when they were girls, they feared the ocean. But as the boat bears them farther and farther from all they know, they feel the water calling to them. As Lucy awaits Jess's return, strange rumors surrounding her sister's small town start to emerge. Numerous men have disappeared at sea. A tiny baby was found hidden in a cave, and sailors tell of hearing women's voices on the waves. A breathtaking tale of female resilience and the bonds of sisterhood across time and space. The Sirens captures the power of dreams and the mystery and magic of the sea. So, I don't know, this just sounds so good to me. It's more a story of just women, just women's stories more than like fantasy and stuff, I think. I think it'll more be like women's fiction or something like that. Anyways, I thought it sounded really good and I thought it was really stunning, so I bought it. It is time for me to end off this video because I finished Empire of Storms. Once again, I've already read this, so I know I would love it, but I just love this book so much. I love this series. I do have new thoughts though, but I don't think I can share them because it would be spoilers. So I'm not going to share them, but I do have new thoughts. It's still a 5-star for me. I loved this so much. And I immediately jumped into Tower of Dawn, which is the next book. So I'm very happy to be rereading this again. With that being said, this is the end of the video. I did want to show you the dinner I made. Look how good that looks. I made poke bowls for the very first time. They look so good. So I can't wait to finish this video and eat it. But anyways, I had so much fun finishing series. I ended up finishing completely 2 series, the Hunger Games and the Picking Peaches series. Loved it so much. What was the first book I read? Sunrise on the Reaping was 100%. 5 stars. And then Begging Baby was so sweet and cute. I loved it so much. It was 3.5 stars. And then we ended off with Empire of Storms, which was once again 5 stars. I had so much fun making this video, and I'm definitely going to be doing this like maybe like every other month or so, whenever I feel like doing it pretty much. But thank you so much for watching. I hope to be finishing some other series here pretty soon, and I'll just catch you in my next video. Goodbye.